Hi, I'm Dr. Dean St. Mart, formulator for Supplement Needs, and today we're going to talk about the Sleep Stack. So what is the Sleep Stack? It's a 6-ingredient supplement which contains all natural ingredients which has been designed to help you fall asleep and to stay asleep. So when we look at sleep issues like insomnia or wakening during the night, what's happening there is that either one, we don't have sufficient serotonin to calm our brain down to help us fall asleep, and the other side is that we've maybe run out of melatonin, which helps us to stay asleep. So the Sleep Stack was developed in order to boost serotonin to get you to fall asleep, calm your nervous system down to again prepare you for to sleep, and then push that serotonin that was originally made to melatonin while you're sleeping to keep you asleep. So why would we want to improve sleep? Well, if we look, lack of sleep has been shown to have a potential implication towards many disease processes and cellular aging. So we need to ensure that we're getting adequate sleep at night time. Not only sleep hours, but sleep quality. So we need to ensure that again we're getting adequate amounts of deep sleep and restorative REM sleep. So deep sleep again aids in the repair process of the body, and REM sleep aids in processes of memory consolidation as well as new skill learning, for example. So with the Sleep Stack, we have 6 natural ingredients. The first ingredient is 5-HTP at 200 milligrams. 5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan, is the precursor to serotonin. It's formed from tryptophan through a hydroxylase enzyme, so we're skipping that process and providing the body with direct 5-HTP. The second ingredient is pyridoxine 5-phosphate, which is the phosphorylated form of vitamin B6. So unlike pyridoxine hydrochloride, which is the unphosphorylated form, we have a more bioavailable form of vitamin B6 available to the body. And what that does is it helps in the conversion process of 5-HTP towards serotonin. When we've created that serotonin, that's going to help us fall asleep, helps calm the brain down. But what you need to do then is push that 5-HTP across to melatonin to keep you asleep. And how we do that is through vitamin B5 pantothenic acid. So there's 500 milligrams of pantothenic acid in the Sleep Stack, specifically designed to support an enzyme which is known as AANAT. And to keep it simple, that enzyme is one of your clock genes in your body. It helps differentiate between morning and nighttime. So when AANAT is active at nighttime, it's helping to push serotonin to melatonin while we're sleeping. If you don't have enough vitamin B5 in your body, that enzyme can't perform its process correctly. So you can see where you may end up awakening during the night because of a lack of B vitamin intake. Again, you could correct that through diet, but here we're providing a high enough dose in order to push that serotonin from the 5-HTP across to melatonin. The final 3 ingredients in it, magnesium bisglycinate, zinc monomethionine and L-theanine, have been included to support neurotransmitter clearance in your brain, so specifically the excitatory neurotransmitter known as dopamine, and to support calming of the nervous system. Zinc and monomethionine or methionine, which is an amino acid, helps to again support methylation, which feeds into neurotransmitter clearance also. The final L-theanine is an amino acid also, which helps to calm and act on GABA receptors, similar to the glycine, which is part of the bisglycinate. So GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter which calms brain activity down. So when we activate these GABA receptors at nighttime, we're helping to dampen brain activity and sort of lull us into a calmer state. So the magnesium helps to support over 300 processes within the body. It's a key cofactor in a ton of enzymes in our body. More specifically, one that's known as COMT, catechol O-methyltransferase. And what that does is it helps methylate, like what I spoke a minute ago about. It helps to methylate neurotransmitters like dopamine in order to clear them from the body. So by removing dopamine from our brain, when we have these racing thoughts at night and we can't calm down, clearing that dopamine again helps your brain to relax and allow the increase in serotonin from the 5-HTP to take effect, so that you calm down and you enter into early onset light sleep. Now, the sleep stack isn't a magical formula. It's not going to work for everyone unless they specifically address sleep hygiene. So what is sleep hygiene? We can classify sleep hygiene as the rituals which we partake in the hours leading up to sleep time. So for example, if you're ingesting caffeine late at night or you're drinking alcohol before bed, these substances can interfere with brain activity, again causing sleep issues. Caffeine is a stimulatory compound which is going to again increase brain activity and wake you up. So you're going to find it difficult to fall asleep. So maybe in certain circumstances we set a caffeine curfew where we don't ingest caffeine past a certain point of time in the day. Again, the half-life of caffeine is anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. It can stay in your body for quite a bit of time, even if you've ingested it early on in the day. So we need to take that into account when we're considering the rituals before bed. Blue light, artificial light, is again stimulatory. It blocks the production of melatonin at night. Now on the reverse side, we need to make sure that we are getting adequate sunlight during the day, because again, we have this part of our brain known as the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the SCN, and that takes in sunlight during the day to generate melatonin that gets stored in our body. So not only are we getting melatonin from sunlight during the day, you see we get melatonin from serotonin conversion. So it is important that we address both sides. But blue light can be stimulatory at night and again can interfere with melatonin release. So ideally before bed we want to have low cortisol, which is the stress hormone, so that we're nice and calm before bed. But we also want to make sure that then our pineal gland is starting to secrete out melatonin. So again, that's going to help us to fall asleep, and blue light's going to interfere with that. So you may want to look at investing in a pair of blue light blocking glasses. Now not everyone's going to be a fan of the orange tinted ones or the red tinted ones. Again, it's going to interfere with your viewing of TV if that's what you do in the evening time. So there are several clear light blue locking lenses, but we also have our own yellow lenses at Supplement Needs if that's something that you're interested in. Again, wearing that in the 2 to 3 hours leading up to bedtime will interfere with how blue light causes sleep disruptions. Another tip is that you could perhaps take a warm shower before bed. So when we're sleeping, our temperature has to regulate. Most often our temperature increases while we sleep during the night. So we can help offset that by having a warm shower before bed, which raises our core temperature and causes our body to have to cool down. That cooling down process before we go to sleep again is going to help with thermoregulation throughout the night. Again, you're going to find this funny, but one of the best tips that you can do for your deep sleep is in fact sleep naked. Sleeping naked, again, when you have pajamas or bedclothes on, you have an extra layer of insulation that you're going to have to thermoregulate against. So sleeping naked is a fantastic way to offset some of the negatives that higher temperatures within your bedroom can cause and greatly improve your quality of deep sleep. So that's the sleep stack covered. I'm Dr. Dean St. Mart, formulator and educator for Supplement Needs. Thank you for listening.